And that can lead to uncontested layups and dunks for your opponent.
Offensive rebound. Whiteside. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Parker drives in. The kick outside to Butler. From deep. And Parker with the basket on the assist by Butler. Parker's got 5.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Dragic kicks to Bosh. Bosh hits the pick for Wade. Dishes to Whiteside. Pass to Dragic. Back to Whiteside. Great D that time from Gibson. For Chicago, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Parker against Dang. 17-foot shot on the way. And that one's good. Parker. He has 7.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
Now here's Dang. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Wade can't hit. The Bulls leading by 4. Three-pointer, Butler. And it's Whiteside with the rebound.
Guys, the Bulls defense was as stout as ever last season. A big part of that is they have guys that challenge you inside and at the rim. Even off the bench, all of their bigs are mobile and protect the basket.
Now here's Bosh. Can't get it to go. Great defense that time from Noah. McDermott with it. Outside Butler. And it's sent back by Bosh. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Wade, good. Talking about the Bulls and their rim protection, they had the lowest opponent field goal percentage on shots right at the rim.
Yeah, and it helps when you compare 7-footers down low. It's not just the bigs, though. Even the perimeter players will track back and challenge at the rim. Really a total team effort.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass on.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Kevin, I was able to speak with Eric Spoelstra for a moment. I asked him how they plan to contain this offense, one of the most prolific in the league. He said, we'll have our work cut out for us, no question about it. They can hurt you any number of ways. That's why they're as good as they are. We just have to play the percentages and try to make sure they're getting the shots we want as opposed to the ones they want. Kevin, makes sense. Back to you.
All right, Doris, they're probably well aware of the firepower they're up against.
You know, it sounds like it. I mean, their coach knows how tough it is to slow this team down, and he wants to make sure his guys understand that as well.
Yeah, I guarantee he got his point across when prepping them for this one. He focused clearly on their absolute toughest effort defensively.
Here's Parker. Hassan Whiteside made his last pass, and that one's good. Parker.
Check out these handles. That's rush hour handle. Not midday, not early morning. That's rush hour handle. That nasty spin just froze the defender.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
And did not seem happy about how things are going on right now, and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time. And in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
Miami trailing. Outside Dragic. Over to the wing. And it's Whiteside off the drive. And he goes in for the dunk.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Now here's Parker. 9 points in the game so far. .11 feet away, and it's good off the glass. Parker's got 11 points.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now, here's Wade. Rebound by Parker.
And a great stretch of games here for Wade at the end of last A great stretch of games for Wade at the end of last season. I mean, he turned back the clock, if you will, for a while and really helped carry this Heat team.
Now, here's Butler. After Dwayne Wade's miss, Butler attacking. Here's Gibson. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
That's his first personal foul.
Yeah, Greg, you know, I remember that stretch with Wade you're talking about. It seems like he finally now feels healthy, Clark, and it shows.
Wade himself said, Kevin, it was the best he felt in a couple of years. Health is such a big factor for him, given how he plays and selectively now likes to attack the rim.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Portis, he's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for McDermott. Morris checked in for Butler. And it's Rose in for Parker. Now here's Rose. After the miss from Goran Dragic. Outside Rose. Unloads from 13. And the rejection by Stoudemire. Outside Dragic. There's a screen. Here's Johnson, and it's blocked by Mirotic. 3-pointer. They get the rebound. The Heat trail by 3. Johnson the screen. And it's Dragic off the drive. And the basket good.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Gibson the screen. Dragic against Rose. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
Winslow with it. Now guarded by Mirotic. Back to Stoudemire. Chicago grabs the miss.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
Gibson the screen. Stolen by Winslow. And here's the fast break. Winslow's leading the way. Kicks to Stoudemire. He feeds it to Dragic. Back to Stoudemire. Chicago grabs the miss. Gibson's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Rose against Richardson. Rose attacking. Six to shoot. And there's the foul. Goes on Taj Gibson. That is his first foul of the game. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Joakim Noah is checked in for Gibson. Doug McDermott comes in for Portis. Butler, he's checked in for Mirotic. And Parker subbed in for E'Twaun Moore. And Miami also making a switch. Josh McRoberts is checked in for Stoudemire.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he's on the money, that's no doubt. Now, here's Parker. 11 points in the game. That's good. Parker's got 13.
Oh, nice drive there to get to the bucket, using some of that terrific agility that he possesses.
Here's Dragic. A stupendous finish in traffic.
Not an easy finish right there, but a beautiful move to give himself just enough space to get in close and knock it down.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Bulls lead by 1. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. And now a chance to hear from Chris Bosh about what it meant to him to become an NBA player, the fulfillment of a lifelong dream.
I was obsessed with the NBA as a kid, and just like I would have died to get.
What a great cut from Chris Bosh. That's the kind of guy you can't help, Greg, but love for his attitude and ability to be in touch with that kid he once was. I know you played the same way. Chris Bosh is living the dream like you did and loving it.
It's a great point, Kevin. And I think most of the guys in the league feel that same way. I mean, they may not be able to say it or articulate it as smoothly as Chris does,
sure.
but inside every NBA player is a kid who's still thrilled to wear the uniform and play the game they love.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
They seem to be a step slower, and that's one reason why they've been able to own the rebounding edge.
Well, the anticipation's been better. As the ball hits the rim, it's gone right to them. Solid job of them chasing it down and anticipating.
On the court for Miami here in the second. Wade and Dang are the 2 and 3. Nick Roberts at the 4 with Bosh at center. And it's Richardson in at the 1. He got right to the cup using that screen.
When you can make adjustments to the shot in midair and midstream and still knock it down, you know you're flowing.
Whiteside's checked in for Josh McRoberts. The Heat have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. Well, Greg, after a run of 10 playoff trips in 11 years, the Miami Heat missing the postseason last year, they'd end up a game back of the 8th spot.
Yeah, and what's hard for the Heat, Kevin, is that they were in the playoff picture for most of the year, and as the season wore on, they slowly fell out of that top 8.
Now here's Parker. He's got 15. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Wade passes to Bosh. Double team on Bosh. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
You know, guys, for the greater part of last season, it appeared as though the Heat were playoff bound. Even with the players they lost, most figured they would be playing postseason basketball.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
And one reason why the Heat did come up short in their playoff aspirations, they were very poor against other teams in the playoffs. So only went 15-31 against teams that had made it into the postseason last year.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Portis, he's checked in for McDermott. And Mirotic subbed in for Derrick Rose. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Parker.
Well, close to picking that one off.
Still a nice play to make sure that pass didn't reach its target.
Ejuan Moore, he's checked in for Noah. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Richardson dishes to Bosh. And Mirotic sends it back. Richardson against Parker. Outside Butler. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Just 5 on the clock. And stolen by Richardson. And it's the Heat on the break. Here's Dang on the money from 12 feet away. And the Heat lead by 4. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Heat.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, but they've also protected the paint extremely well. You see that in their block shot totals, but also they've altered a lot of shots.
Wade kicks to Whiteside. Now here's Bosh. T right on him. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
And that one's good. Parker.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play.
For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Chicago. Wade kicks to Whiteside. The dish to Bosh. Clock at 6. Right through the D for the layup. Bosh has got his third basket of the night right there.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And that one's good. Parker.
And with Thibs, he did end up getting fired from the Bulls this past season. Some saw it coming, but still, I think surprising given the level of success he had. His imprint is all over this Bulls team in the way they approach the game.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Now, here's Parker. 20 points for him. Here's Mirotic. And they're unable to get the tying basket there.
And when you look at how Thibs got fired, I mean, there are a lot of reasons why a coach can be let go. I mean, he didn't have any performance issues, but apparently clashed in some form or fashion with the front office. Sometimes that's all it takes to be asked to go somewhere else.
Parker against Richardson. Parker outside. Fires from the corner. Bosh grabs the miss.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it. Right now, they've got that field goal percentage up in the low 50s.
Putting it together offensively, looking to build some more momentum.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Parker kicks to Mirotic. Back to Parker. The shot misses. Now the Heat take it the other way.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Deng can't get it to go. Bulls trail by 5. Parker outside. Wade against Moore. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. This is his first free throw of the game.
At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
And the Miami Heat have finished in the top 2 spots or better in each of the years the big 3 were in town. Last season that changed as they would end up 10th in that Eastern Conference.
Chicago making a switch here. Rose is checked in. And a new group in for the Heat. Stoudemire's checked in for Whiteside. Johnson comes in for Chris Bosh. Winslow's checked in for Luol Deng. And it's Dragic in for Richardson.
First personal foul.
Hey, kid, you ready? All right, let's go.
Wade outside. It's Dragic with the drive, and it's Stoudemire with the jam.
Boy, I really love the way Dragic spreads that ball around.
Here is Rose. And for the Heat, once the bullies of the Eastern Conference, they had a lot of trouble keeping up with other Eastern Conference teams.
Kevin, they finished 25-27 against the rest of the conference. Played under 500 against the East at home, which really negated their chances for the playoffs.
The 15-footer, good. Rose has got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Dragic kicks to Johnson. There's Winslow. Chicago grabs the miss. Right side, Rose. The shot goes down, and he gets this game back to even. Rose has got 7. Heat have gone 7 of 11 from the field in the second quarter. Dragic the pass to Wade. Stoudemire dishes to Winslow. Stoudemire the screen. Winslow kicks to Wade. 5 to shoot. And the shot falls short this time.
Defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
So they take the lead. And the Bulls lead by 2. Heat shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Here's the screen. Dragic against Rose. And it's Dragic off the drive. From downtown. Rose can't hit.
Well, it seems like they're getting a little fat and sassy here, complacent in the second quarter.
Yeah, we've seen their free throw attempts stagnate, not getting much going on inside. They can't get too comfortable.
Now Stoudemire following the three-point attempt by Derrick Rose. Here's Johnson. The basket good off the assist from Wade. Johnson's got it all tied up now for the Heat.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Well, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points from close range. So I'd have to agree with you, Barton.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Gibson. McDermott comes in for Portis. Butler, he's checked in for Mirotic. And Parker subbed in for Moore. Now here's Rose. He has 7. The feed to Butler. Out to the wing. It's Parker with the drive. That misses off the backboard.
And that's the shot he has to take.
Exactly. That's the right look. The decision was good. He just didn't execute.
Dragic kicks to Wade. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Wade's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Now here's Parker. He's got 20. They get it again. Noah kicks to Parker. Goes back up. Connects. The jumper drops. Parker's got 22.
And I like how he draws the attention on the inside, and then the nice little kick out in rhythm for the jumper.
The drive by Wade. And it's wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
And that's a big bonus for him to end the quarter as he just beats the buzzer.
That's superb clock management there, maximizing every second of the clock in that situation. Well done.
And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. It's the Heat up 2. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, I'm with Eric Spoelstra, and obviously, Coach, some great work tonight on the defensive side of the ball. How does the team's defense play into your offense?
It just energizes us. We have an ignitable group, and that's how we play. So we have to continue to stay the course and try to keep them off the two-point line as best as we can.
Eric, thank you. Kevin, over to you.
Thank you, Doris, and we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
I would call that a competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here welcoming you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. It was a closely contested first quarter for Miami. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves in the first period. The most they trailed by was 5. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. Kenny, let's start with you. What'd you think about the Heat?
You know what jumps out at me? Their efficiency on the offensive end. They shared the basketball. Good shot selection. They showed a lot of patience, and that patience will be tested the rest of the way.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Chicago?
What impressed me the most was the effort they put into the offensive glass. Second chance points really added up for them. Fighting through box outs, battling for position, they owned the offensive boards.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
Okay, fans, now coming from the court,
welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well.
Complete domination. What a game for Parker. 22 points, and he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
I love the rhythm his outside stroke has produced today.
The big men are Gibson and Noah. Butler and McDermott filling out the perimeter. And it's Parker in at the point guard position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. It counts, and the foul. They get Hassan Whiteside.
I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow, but Fred Hoiberg was a quick choice for the brass in Chicago. Signed that 5-year deal over the summer. Was easily one of the most in-demand coaches available.
Well, Greg, for Hoiberg, it's his first job as an NBA head coach. Now, we know he played. He's been a part of an NBA front office. Clark, he came from Iowa State, where he honed his coaching skills and was highly respected.
Yeah, very much respected, particularly as an offensive coach. And we know the Bulls are pretty solid defensively, and he'll be looking to ramp up that offensive approach for that team, and I think he will.
Now here's Gibson after the miss by Lou Alday. Right side Gibson. The 11-footer, and it's Chicago scoring again. And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Dragic against Parker. 5. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Well, a scary moment for Chris Bosh last year. Had to be shut down, Greg, as we all know, for the season after a blood clot was found in his lung.
You know, and Kevin, it really puts basketball in perspective. I mean, it happened right after the trade deadline, and obviously a huge blow to the Heat in terms of their push for the postseason. But fortunately, it looks like he's going to make a full recovery and have a huge impact this season.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
You know, the Heat never really came back after losing Bosh. His presence on both ends of the floor is hard to replace, and they missed him a bunch.
Now here's Parker. He's got 25. Again, Chicago.
Nothing but money for him to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
The Heat trail by 4.
Hey, guys, I know I speak for everybody. Glad to see Chris Bosh back out on the floor. I mean, blood clots can be a very scary thing for anyone. And I think everyone is happy he's been able to make a full recovery.
Parker with a clean look. Good on the three-point shot. Parker's got 30 points.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Parker against Dragic. Here's Whiteside. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Now here's Parker. 30 points in the game. Chris Bosh with the rebound. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Parker's got 3 rebounds now in this one. From 13, and the Bulls take on 2 more.
And I love the tenacity, guys. He simply can will his way into games at times and exert his presence.
Timeout call for the Heat.
Timeout called the Heat. The Miami Heat came up short last season in hopes of getting back to the playoffs. Clark, their road record didn't help them much.
Yeah, 17-24. I don't think you can be that far under 500 on the road and hope to play in the postseason.
Mirotic is checked in for Taj Gibson. Richardson, he's checked in for the Heat. Dragic with a wide open look, and he's good on the 3 ball. Dragic has got 9 points.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face. And how about for the Heat having the best road record of any team that didn't make the postseason in the East? But as you said, struggling on the road will sink a team battling for a playoff spot.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for them.
Now here's Dragic. 9 points in the game so far. Whiteside, the pass to Richardson. Offensive rebound, a second chance effort. Here is Whiteside. He's got 8. Whiteside sets the pick for Dragic. Back to Whiteside. Outside Dragic. He dishes it to Bosh. Offensive rebound, Heat. Here's Whiteside. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Whiteside's got 10 points.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless. You know, one final note, guys, on the Heat and their road losses. They ended up going only 2-8 in their last 10 road games of the year. That was a big part of how they fell out of the 8th playoff seed.
The Bulls leading by 3. Here's Parker. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And injuries once again were a central theme of the Bulls season last year. Losing Rose was one thing, but then having Jimmy Butler lose a lot of time put them in such a tough spot.
And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Bulls.
You know, one of the big stories has been the 3-ball. It's been a key part of their offense throughout the game.
And how about the work they're doing also on the offensive glass? Creating those extra opportunities has been critical.
Now here's Bosh. 11 points in the game. Dang attacking. And that one hits back iron. And for the Bulls and injuries, a lot of teams plan for these type of things. There's only so much Parker can do to mitigate losing your starting backcourt.
But I tell you, great respect and admiration for the Bulls for how they fought through the difficulty. I mean, their front court did what they could. The injuries, once again, I thought turned the Bulls from championship contenders to just a playoff team.
Parker with the steal. By himself, flushes it down to finish the break.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
And Miami has possession. The Bulls getting the bucket. Expanding his range. Mick Roberts misses. The Bulls leading by 7. Parker outside. Double team on Parker. Mirotic has a wide open look. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got his 3rd assist on the night. Nikola Mirotic, drafted as a late first-rounder, Clark, back in 2011.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top.
It was worth the wait.
It sure was, Kevin. I mean, once he started to get consistent PT, I mean, he was remarkable. Can run like the wind for a big guy. Not that strong, but more aggressive than you'd think.
Ejuan Moore, he's checked in for the Bulls. Joe Johnson, he's checked in for Miami. Winslow comes in for Luol Deng. And with that, the Chicago lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from Johnson.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
And back to Mirotic last season. Per 36 minutes, he averaged 18 points, 9 rebounds. He was also a tremendous foul shooter for a rookie big and made the all-rookie first team, was 2nd in Rookie of the Year voting. I mean, what more could you ask for?
And Rose throws it down.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And really, a few more of those, and this game could be over.
Here's Dragic after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Knocked loose. And now Rose running the floor all by himself.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. But they recover it. Johnson goes in. Here's Richardson. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Richardson's got 5. The Bulls leading by 12. Now Rose. He's got 11. There's 1:17 left to play here in the third. Goes up the baseline, and that one goes long. The Heat trail by 12. And here's Dragic. He's got 9. Johnson dishes to Winslow, and he gets the bucket. Winslow's got his first points of the night.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
Rose with the ball. Takes the 3. Rose with another miss.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half, still bageled in the second.
Outside Dragic. In the corner, Winslow with it. That one rolling around and rims out. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. There's Rose with the 3, and the Bulls get it back. The kick outside to Butler. Rose against Dragic. It's stolen by Dragic. And the lead is down inside single digits. Dragic has got 5 points now this quarter. There's Rose with the 3. That misses, would have counted had it gone in. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Bulls lead by 8. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter. Next.
Check it out.
Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. The Heat trail by 8 on the floor for Miami. Dragic is joined in the backcourt by Wade. The big men are Bosch and Whiteside, and it's Dang in at the small forward position.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Wade with it. He's picked up by Parker. Wade outside. The three-pointer no good. Chicago leading by 8. Parker right side. But Trey, and he gets it to go. Parker's got 39.
He's putting on a commanding performance here. He's hit 2 3-pointers in each half now.
Dragic kicks to Bosch. Whiteside sets the pick for Bosch. Heat moving the ball around. Noah with the block. Now here's Parker. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Misses from short range. The Heat trail by 11. Right side Dragic. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul.
Outside Dragic. The pass to Whiteside. Stolen by Noah.
The second half, they haven't taken care of the basketball. Simply put, more turnovers now that could hurt them later. Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Here's Dragic. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. Whiteside a screen. Dragic the pass to Wade. Bosch sets the pick for Wade. And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Perfectly designed and perfectly executed.
The Heat trail by 11. Dang gets a wide open look. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Dragic has got his 9th assist in the game now. Chicago has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Feeds it to Parker. Now here's McDermott. He's covered by Bosh. McDermott kicks to Rose. Shot clock at 6. Three-pointer. And it's Deng with the rebound. Deng's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Outside Bosh. Here's Wade. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Parker's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
Inside. Wants to get it off to Noah and does. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. Knocks down the 3-ball.
Add another triple to their second half total.
They came out of the break just dropping bombs and just are not letting up at all.
Now here's Dragic. Got that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut back down to 8 after they get the basket from Deng.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing. And right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. We saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Chicago making a switch here. Gibson's checked in. And right side sends it back. And here we go. Wade heading to the hoop. Drops in the breakaway layup.
And with that speed, once he took off, the D just had no chance of getting back.
Well, I think they did the right thing. I mean, just give up the 2 points and move forward. Hey, discretion is the better part of valor sometimes. Write that one down, game players. Discretion is the better part of valor.
Here's Butler. After the made shot from Dwayne Wade, Butler kicks to McDermott. Here's Noah. And again, Chicago. No good. The Heat trail by 11. T-Wade on the wing. Wade missing again.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Rose with the ball. Now guarded by Dragic. Noah against Bosh. Now here's Noah. He's guarded closely.
And that's just great work there to get in the shooter's face and then go and corral that backboard.
Outside Butler. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. And 11 points for Butler.
And he's finally getting the feel from beyond. His second 3 of the half right there.
Dragic against Rose. Outside Dragic. Right side a screen. Count that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Wade.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Chicago.
They can't
and it was a very public falling out between Goran Dragic and the Suns front office. That was a real tense few weeks there before ultimately he was traded.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what Chicago's coach was going over with his team. He told the players, let's put our foot on them and keep them down. We've got them exactly where we want them. I want to see you guys slow the pace, use the clock, and stay away from any silly fouls.
Butler on the wing. Wade is covering. Butler kicks to Rose. 13 feet away. He goes up again, and it's laid in by Gibson. Gibson's got 4 points this quarter.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
Timeout called the Heat. And, of course, Dragic was traded to Miami last season. Said he felt betrayed by the Suns front office, which spurred him wanting out of Phoenix and to South Florida.
Yeah, you know what? We'll never know the whole truth about that situation, but Dragic said they told him one thing with personnel and did something else.
The Heat trail by 16. Wade right side. Great defense that time from Noah. The Bulls have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. Here's Rose. Lets it go with the three. Here's Noah. Shot is off. Nice D from Bosh. Miami's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Right side a screen. Here's Deng. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
And it's Rose penetrating. Boom, he shoots it straight down.
Man, he slams it home and gets a little camera time on the backside of it.
He spent a while up there on the rim.
And I like the fact that the ref's going to give him a little bit of leeway there and a lot more than they used to.
And here are the Heat now. The Bulls getting the bucket. Here's Deng. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Doug McDermott.
Personal foul.
I'll tell you, Luol Deng is not exceptional in any one area, but really doesn't have any weaknesses either. I think he's been one of the most complete small forwards over the past decade in the league.
We're talking about Luol Deng. His consistency year to year has been outstanding. Over 11 seasons, Greg, if you look at his averages across every category, they're remarkably similar.
And his guy can score from anywhere. Great mid-range game, makes plays for his teammates, rebounds at both ends. He is versatile and bankable. And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Bulls.
They had a fantastic play from the bench.
Yeah, they did. Their depth is really one of their greatest attributes.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Parker. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Deng with the bucket.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
It's Parker outside. That's good. Parker's got 44.
The defense has just been unable to slow him down. Wow, what a game.
And Bosh gets it to go on the assist by Deng.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Here's Parker. Can't get it to go. And it's Miami the other way. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Dragic kicks to Wade. The fadeaway. No good off the front iron.
Major defensive lapse right there. And he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky you couldn't punish them for it.
24 seconds left in the game. Johnson kicks to Stoudemire. The jump hook. It's hauled in by Noah. Now Parker. That's a 2 from Butler, and that one drops.
And you can sense the fact that they didn't want to let the fans down here. It's been a fun night to be in the building.
Greg, it really has been. I mean, such a lively, vibrant atmosphere, and no doubt that played a part in the big win.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, Clark, made the difference.
Well, you know, at this stage, you've got to defend your home floor, and they did that.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, a nice win for you tonight, Joe Kim. What was the attitude of the team coming into this?
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. And now a chance to check out some of the tremendous play tonight from our Jordan player of the game. He had an outstanding third quarter. Whatever they needed in terms of energy and offense, he was the firepower that propelled them during the second half.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow. I'm getting jealous, and he feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
Ernie, that is the definition of domination. He took them to school tonight in every possible way. I know there's 10 players on the court, but I only noticed one.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a...
You to know that it's our time.